Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into some of the strangest, most mind-blowing laws from around the world that will have you scratching your head and laughing out loud. Let's get started. Chewing gum ban, Singapore. If you're a gum chewer, you might want to think twice before visiting Singapore. In 1992, the country completely banned the sale and import of chewing gum to maintain its famously clean streets. The law is so strict that even smuggling gum into the country can land you in trouble. However, in 2004, a slight relaxation allowed therapeutic gum, like nicotine gum, to be sold, but only in pharmacies. So, if you need a gum fix, you better have a prescription handy. No high heels at ancient sites, Greece. Ladies, leave your stilettos at home if you're visiting ancient ruins in Greece. The country has banned wearing high heels at sites like the Acropolis. The reasoning? Sharp heels can damage the already delicate stone surfaces, which have stood for thousands of years. So, while you're enjoying the historic grandeur, you'll need to opt for some comfy sneakers instead. At least your feet will thank you. No flushing after 10 p.m., Switzerland. In Switzerland, some apartment buildings have a bizarre rule. You can't flush your toilet after 10 p.m. The law was created to reduce noise pollution in residential areas. It's intended to ensure that neighbors get a peaceful night's sleep without the sound of flushing water disturbing them. So if nature calls late at night, you might need to hold it until morning, or face the wrath of your building manager. Winnie the Pooh ban, Poland. In the small town of Tyczyn, Poland, Winnie the Pooh is seen as too indecent to be a mascot for playgrounds. Why? Because the beloved bear doesn't wear pants. The local council deemed him a hermaphrodite due to his ambiguous gender and lack of appropriate clothing. Poor Pooh. All he wanted was some honey, but he's been banned for wardrobe issues. No frowning, Milan, Italy. If you're in Milan, Italy, you better put a smile on your face. The city has a quirky law that makes it illegal to frown in public, unless you're at a funeral or hospital. This law was designed to keep spirits high and encourage positivity in public spaces. So, even if you're having a bad day, you'll have to keep that smile plastered on your face to avoid a fine. If you're in a bad mood, just make sure no one's looking. If you are liking this video so far, please make sure to like and subscribe. No feeding pigeons, Venice, Italy. In Venice, feeding pigeons is not just frowned upon, it's outright illegal. The law was enacted to protect the city's historic buildings from damage caused by bird droppings. Feeding the pigeons can result in hefty fines, so tourists must resist the temptation to toss breadcrumbs in St. Mark's Square. Pigeons might look cute, but Venice would rather preserve its centuries-old architecture. So, no bird buffets allowed. Fish can't be drunk, Ohio, USA. Ohio takes the welfare of its aquatic residents seriously. In this quirky state law, it is illegal to get a fish drunk. Although no one's quite sure how you would even attempt this, it's written into the books. The law probably exists to ensure no one attempts experiments with alcohol and animals. So if you're planning a fish party, maybe stick to water. No selfies with Buddha, Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, it's considered deeply disrespectful to take a selfie with your back facing a statue of Buddha. The country has strict cultural and religious laws, and disrespecting religious symbols can land you in legal trouble. Tourists are advised to be mindful when taking photos in sacred places, especially around Buddha statues. So, no cheeky vacation selfies here. Always keep Buddha in front of you, not behind. No swearing, Victoria, Australia. In Victoria, Australia, swearing in public is a big no-no. Dropping a few choice words could land you a fine or even a court date. The law is part of a broader initiative to keep public spaces family-friendly and maintain community standards. Keep those expletives inside your head, or you might pay for them, literally. No public displays of affection, UAE. In the United Arab Emirates, public displays of affection, even between married couples, are strictly forbidden. Kissing or hugging in public can lead to arrests and fines, and in some cases, even jail time. The UAE's conservative laws are rooted in its cultural and religious values. So, save the romance for private places when visiting this glamorous country. It's a place for luxury, not PDA. No silly string. Southington, Connecticut, USA. If you're planning to throw a party in Southington, Connecticut, leave the silly string at home. The town has banned the use of silly string during public events like parades or celebrations. The reason? It's considered a nuisance and can make a mess that's hard to clean up. If you're caught spraying the colorful substance, you could be slapped with a fine. Who knew fun could be so costly? It's illegal to dye, Sarporenex, France. In the small town of Sarporenex, France, it's technically illegal to dye. The town passed this bizarre law after running out of space in the local cemetery. The mayor declared that anyone who dies will be punished, though how this would be enforced remains a mystery. It's less about actual punishment and more about the urgent need for more burial space. But still, don't die here, if you can help it. No reincarnating without permission, China. In China, Tibetan monks are required to get government approval before they can be reincarnated. The law is part of a broader effort by the Chinese government to control the Buddhist practice of reincarnation. While it might sound strange, it's a serious issue in Tibet, where religious leaders are believed to be reborn. Pants are mandatory, Greece. This one seems obvious, but in Greece, it's specifically illegal to tour ancient monuments without wearing pants. While there are no historical incidents of pantless tourists, thankfully, the law is still in place. So, next time you're feeling adventurous at the Parthenon, just remember, pants, please. No shirtless driving, Thailand. In Thailand, it's illegal to drive without a shirt. Whether you're a local or a tourist, make sure you've got a top on before getting behind the wheel. The law applies to all vehicles, from cars to motorbikes. Who knew cruising shirtless could cause such trouble? Don't feed the stray dogs, Romania. In Romania, feeding stray dogs is illegal. The country has a large population of stray dogs, and this law is aimed at reducing the issues caused by these animals. While it might seem kind to offer food, doing so could result in fines. Instead, locals are encouraged to report strays to animal control. A good deed might lead to a fine, so think twice before offering that snack. No camouflage clothing, Barbados. In Barbados, wearing camouflage clothing is strictly prohibited for civilians. The law was created to prevent people from impersonating military personnel. Even tourists need to be aware of this, as camo shorts or shirts are a definite no-go. It's a unique fashion restriction, but one that's taken seriously. So pack your beachwear, but leave the army gear at home. It's illegal to name a pig Napoleon, France. In France, it's illegal to name a pig Napoleon. The law dates back to the days of Napoleon Bonaparte and is meant to preserve the dignity of the country's historic figure. So, if you're raising pigs in France, choose your names wisely. No weird baby names, Denmark. Denmark has a strict law when it comes to naming babies. Parents are only allowed to choose from a pre-approved list of names, and if they want something different, they must get special permission from the government. The aim is to protect children from names that could be considered too strange or difficult. No wearing Winnie the Pooh clothes, Russia. Russia has a strange relationship with Winnie the Pooh. In one town, wearing clothing with Pooh on it is banned because the beloved bear has been accused of being a homosexual icon. The ban is mostly enforced in public schools, where administrators want to avoid controversial or offensive images. Who knew Winnie could be so divisive? No kissing at train stations, France. In France, it's illegal to kiss on train platforms. The law was created in 1910 to prevent delays caused by long, tearful farewells. While enforcement has become lax over the years, it's still technically on the books. So, if you're seeing someone off at the station, keep the smooching to a minimum, or better yet, save it for after they leave. No dying on Parliament grounds, London, UK. It's illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament in London. This odd law stems from the fact that anyone who dies in Parliament is technically entitled to a state funeral. To avoid the hassle and expense, the law was created to discourage any untimely deaths in the government building. It's one of the many quirky laws that still exist in the UK. No watering plants on a Tuesday, Canada. In some Canadian provinces, there's a law that prohibits watering plants on certain days of the week, specifically Tuesday. This regulation is aimed at conserving water and reducing wastage during dry periods. So, if you've got a green thumb, make sure to check your local watering schedule before giving your plants a drink. A thirsty plant is better than a hefty fine. Don't run out of gas, Germany. On the famous Autobahn in Germany, running out of gas is illegal. The law is in place to ensure that drivers don't stop unnecessarily on the high-speed highway, which can be dangerous. Make sure your tank is full before hitting the road, especially if you plan to speed. No peeling oranges in hotels, California, USA. In the state of California, there's a strange law that makes it illegal to peel an orange in a hotel room. The reason behind this odd rule is unclear, but it's thought to be related to the potential mess and strong citrus odor. So if you're craving a citrus snack in your hotel, make sure to do it in the designated kitchen area, or risk facing the fruit police. So which of these laws was most bizarre? Let us know in the comments below.